Hello. I'm in Eaglehawk Neck, 1 and a bit hours southeast of Hobart. Again. And this time, the boat is on. Yep. The second attempt at Eaglehawk Neck Pelagic. Looks like it's gonna happen. We're here. The boat is running. The weather is good. And I'm myself. Right, it's time to prepare remedies. Now, I've been on one pelagic before, Port Fairy, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I did okay for the first 3 or 4 hours, but I reckon an hour after we became stationary and you weren't kind of pushing through waves with momentum, I spewed. However, when I did that, I took my seasickness medication and then I didn't retake it or top it up, which I think is perfectly safe to do. So I'm going to remember this time to actually, after 4 hours, top it up. Do not take more than 4 tablets in 24 hours because I am on this boat ride tomorrow as well. Yeah, I think we have to take 2. Well, I'll pop 2 now. And I also have some ginger, which is total placebo. But it can't hurt, can it? Did not bring sunscreen, I've just realised, which is probably a slight oversight. Binoculars I'm going to leave because I know I'm going to feel crap and sick at some point. Okay, let me just hook this. This is just my 200 to 800 millimeter new lens, uninsured as of yet. So don't drop it in the ocean. Put a battery in. Change or charge battery? What? I did so many of these last night. 2,940 photos of space. Oh man, I've got so much on. Locked. And loaded. Hot diggity damn, that is not a large boat.
As I got my first views of our vessel through the trees in the harbour, I could feel my anxiety starting to bubble to the surface, something that is famously not good for settling a stomach. Having introduced myself to Karen, the organiser of the trips, and perhaps over-eagerly telling her my sob story...
I'm just thrilled it's happening because I came down for the July one.
And then watching this young gentleman almost break an ankle before we even set off... The time had come to finally set sail for the open waters of the Tasman Sea. But first came the all-important briefing.
6 o'clock is always the back, and it goes round, and 1:05 doesn't exist. It's simple. There's a million cameras on board today, so just try and capture anything that might be a bit unusual. If I go, hello, then you need to look at what I'm looking at because my brain and my eyes don't function at the same speed, so I can see something but can't get it out of my mouth.
In the end, pelagic birding comes down to 3 simple rules. 1. Use the clock system for locating birds. 2. Photograph, or at least announce, as much interesting stuff as you can, even if you don't know what it is. And 3. Don't be a d***head by hogging the best viewing spots. And by extension, if something very rare or interesting is sighted, try and make sure everyone on board gets a turn to photograph or sight it. Now let's rejoin the briefing just as I make a terrible mistake.
Who does eBird here? Kenton?
I can.
Hey.
Yeah. All right.
Because I don't know enough.
I'll need a hand with the big albatross, but mollymawks and little stuff I might be able to pull something together.
Having failed to bite my tongue hard enough, I found myself being responsible for the official trip eBird report, despite having never seen a gadfly petrel or great albatross in my life. I didn't even know if I'd be able to stand up once we got into open waters. You can't have the all-important keeper of the list missing bird shouts whilst they spew their guts up all over the deck. What had I done?
I might need to organise a a backup checklist though. Last time I did a pelagic, I was upright for about the first 4 hours, and then after that I was out for the count. So I'm Kenton, by the way.
I'm Beck.
Beck, how are you?
Straight out of the gate, Avery misfortune struck when this little of a kelp gull, which nests on the roof of this particular vessel and comes on every journey out to sea, saw my fingers hanging onto the roof here as a potential threat to stave off and promptly bit them, causing me to jolt at the edge of the boat and drop my sunglasses straight into the blue abyss. I didn't have time to complain though, because the first birds of the trip were starting to appear.
There's a short-tailed shearwater!
All right, we're just approaching an hour on the boat, so still in fairly shallow water. Normal kind of inshore stuff we've seen, some short-tailed shearwaters, some gannets, black-faced cormorants, a couple of shy albatross, probably only about 45 minutes to the shelf. Plenty of shearwaters all the time. Albatross chasing the boat now.
There's all the cormorants. All right, we're going to be busy now.
An hour and a half in now. Only one possible lifer so far. But the northern giant petrel did one pass. Up until now, it's just been still very, very common birds. It's been short-tailed shearwaters, kelp gulls, and only the one kind, the shy albatross, the coloured one. So still yet to get onto anything spectacular. Swell's getting decent size now. Still feeling good though. If anything, I feel hungry, which is a dangerous temptation.
The further we travelled out into the open oceans, the greater the chances I would have to find some rarer seabirds. So now, after 90 minutes of sailing away from land, birds I had only ever read about in field guides for years started to appear before my very eyes.
Just picked up white-chinned petrel. You beauty. Not a good photo though. But apparently they will come and feed with the burleys.
Of course, that doesn't mean the common birds weren't still hanging about.
No, great crest, dude.
But now we were about to begin the exciting part of the trip, smashing bits of rotten fish guts into a paste and dispersing them into the water, which, if you're not aware, is what's called a burley stop on a pelagic. You stop the boat and throw the marine equivalent of bird seed out to attract a wider variety of species in. This is often the best time on a pelagic to see new species and take the best photos.
Okay. Oh, no, we're stopping.
All right.
But it comes at the heightened risk of seasickness, as the rocking becomes stronger when stationary and the smell of fish entrails doesn't always get people's stomachs in the mood.
Very pretty.
Oh, sunny shearwater. 8 o'clock up now, heading to the back of the boat. The closer shearwater.
And just like that, a lifer is gone. That's how fast you have to be on a pelagic. From that point on, it was time to lock in and ensure I didn't miss any more lifers.
They're out at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It could be a Northern Royal.
There's 3 o'clock still. Shoot now, ask questions later.
There he comes. I'm happy with Northern Royal.
Just got one of those big albatross. You beauty.
Not too choppy at all. Really good conditions. Great looks at the white-chinned petrel now on the water. Just got bullets.
That's a storm petrel.
Oh yeah, 2 o'clock. Flying away. Oh,
100 metres at least. Oh, here we go.
Come back again. Come back again. 3 o'clock. Oh, 100 more. More. It's a Wilson's.
What have you got?
6 o'clock, there's 7.
No storm petrol.
Close pass, coming in for a close pass now. Front of the boat.
Here at 3 o'clock.
Wandering right here.
Oh, also look for bands. Yeah, I would say this is a Gibson.
He has also the grey face again. That one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, possible grey face petrol at 2 o'clock. Either grey face or great wings.
To 1 o'clock. It's coming up now on the horizon.
Right on the horizon.
Yeah.
One stop down and things were going fantastically. Lifers were pouring in and my breakfast wasn't pouring out. However, it wasn't all perfect.
Call for a white-headed petrel just went out. And I missed it. Stop number 2. Fingers crossed for some different kinds of small albatross.
Yep. Kind of backlit coming now.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock on this side, please.
Nice. Greyback storm petrel in the bag.
And that's about where the filming for this day stopped, because shortly after that storm petrel,
Yeah, the beautiful rosy hue is just starting to disappear now. Slightly more shade of green.
my stomach had decided it had had enough of being on a boat, and I was sat on my ass to avoid losing the Chunder Championship. I couldn't just curl up and die because I would never forgive myself for missing lifers and letting everyone down as the list keeper. So now the battle was on against my own body. I had to conserve all my energy in the middle of the boat without falling asleep, retaking seasickness tablets makes you drowsy, so that I could spring into action if a lifer got called out. And I'm happy to report this nabbed me Pintado petrel, Gould's petrel, and happily a white-headed petrel.
We'll be heading back because it's
We are
10 to 1.
officially heading back.
Because we always get back at 3.
Oh,
Almost.
I've had a good day with it, man. I'm relieved to be heading back.
And he works out exactly where we are.
Do it all again tomorrow.
How long it's going to take.
As you can imagine, I wasn't particularly in the mood to film these captures, so you'll have to take my word that I was very pleased and very relieved. And once we got back closer to shore, I came good again.
See you later. You on tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, see you then. Bye. Oh, there we go. 8 hours of sailing. Ooh, a toilet. I do it all again tomorrow. Okay, let's go again. Let's get some rarer petrels and the bloody Indian yellownose today. I want it. Okay, 40 minutes out from the boat ramp on day 2. My thoughts on day 1. I actually really enjoyed it, particularly because of how much physically better I felt than I was expecting to. I had done Port Fairy Pelagic 2 or 3 years ago and felt very crook, threw up, and spent basically the entire second half of the trip curled into a ball on the ground. Whereas that first day felt much better. Even when we got out to the Pelagic offshore burley stops where we stopped the motor, it really didn't get that bad. It was, as you saw earlier, it was only at about 12:30, after about 5.5 hours, that I was like, I can't take pictures anymore. I need to sit down and conserve my energy for if a rare bird comes up, and just stand up and then sit back down again. I didn't really have like a target list for that first day, because I just wanted to get out and see everything that was new, because I knew there was quite a few things. Whereas now that I've got all of those southern water birds under my belt, I feel like today I can do more of an actual target list. So here goes. My target list for today is snowy albatross, Indian yellow-nosed albatross, grey-headed albatross, mottled petrel, soft-plumaged petrel, and sooty shearwater.
Quick addendum to say I also was needing a shot of Cook's petrel, which was called out a few times on the first day but I missed, and of course anything else rarer and more exciting.
Those are the main targets for today, those 6 or so. I actually quite like going in having a kind of more narrow focus, because it means I don't need to get my camera up at absolutely everything. So yesterday I didn't even bother with binoculars. Today I will have binoculars. I'll see if that makes me feel a bit crook. Conditions, it is overcast today. Meant to be a little bit choppier and windier. Now, what is that good for is that it means there'll be less glare off the water, which means you can kind of get more of a 360 view around the boat, which will be nice. And better, I'm hoping better colour rendition as well. Means you don't get the heavy shadows under the wings. However, overcast does mean it's darker, means it's going to be higher ISO, it means it's going to be noisier photos, or if you want to tempt fate, you can drop the shutter speed, which on a small pelagic boat is not a good idea. I was shooting most of yesterday at about minimum 1600th of a second, 2000th of a second is better. And hopefully I get less sunburnt than I did yesterday.
Well, it's just started raining quite heavily. Not sure what that does to our chances. The sea forecast looked fine.
Right. Morning. How's it going? Good?
Buoyed, pun intended, by my success yesterday, and with a group leader not explicitly obvious today, I felt strangely confident to shout out birds more. Despite only having 2 days of pelagicing under my belt, I was ready to fake it until I made it.
Yeah, white chin petrel.
Yeah, coming in 5:30. Very distant. Heard with a great face out at 6 o'clock as well. Might be another great wing coming around 5:30. There's 2 of them.
100 metres at 5 o'clock. There's another one right at the back of the boat, 6 o'clock. Looks like another Gould's. It's just down at the moment, travelling left.
Even better, it was in fact.
White-headed petrel. It's been hanging around. We've got way more of those today than yesterday.
Small white petrel. No, across the sea approaching. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Karen turning to the right now. It's elevating. No, that's shearwater. Yeah, there was another Gould's. Got it? Hey, there's a white coloured shearwater. Yeah, with the belly. Could be I think bullers. Yeah.
White, black roll.
There's a wandering albatross, a brown one.
Oh yeah, coming in. Very young one. Are they Campbell's? Those black brads that are in the water?
White petrel or shearwater.
White-headed. Look how close. Amazing.
There's a white petrel, small white petrel.
Another small white petrel at 7 o'clock. Up in the air. Probably Gould's.
Goals.
We're just moving through the
second stop. Haven't really ticked any targets. I mottled petrol went past once. There's cooked petrol that I missed.
Just another slight footnote here. At this point in the trip, I wasn't actually aware I had gotten Cook's petrel or snowy albatross earlier. It was only later on that night, looking through my photos, that I realised I got Cook's petrel, and that snowy albatross wasn't confirmed for weeks after. And don't ask me how I know. I'm trying really hard to avoid talking about albatross taxonomy and plumage.
Alright, here we go again.
Now, rather than the usual balls-to-the-walls action montage with jazz drumming, how about we just sit back and do a bit of slow TV for this one? This is what the actual vibe for a large portion of the time on the boat is like.
Is this the right season for sushi albatross?
No.
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 So winter.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, alright.
Quick update. Was an awesome session at the second stop. We got a couple of new lifers, a long-tailed jager. We got black-bellied storm petrel, which I think is going to be the bird of the trip. That is very rare to get, apparently. There's a guy on this boat multiple times, and it was a lifer for him, so that was awesome. And then we just had soft plumage petrel buzz past the boat. I only got a shot of its rear as it left, but I'm happy with ticking that off. What a day. Haven't felt queasy at all, which has been fantastic. We are now starting the long sail back into Eaglehawk. Keep our eyes peeled for last chance for common diving and Indian yellownose. But all in all, it's been a beautiful day. Absolutely, so much fun, especially that second stop.
But once again, at the 59th minute of the 11th hour, I was reminded that it's not over until the fat penguin squawks.
Mottled petrol. Just got another mottled. And this time I've got a good photo of it.
You never give up on those trips until you're back at the journey.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's it. Land ahoy. Just so happy with the birds I was able to get and pick up. And even right at the end there, one of the last birds of the whole trip, that mottled petrel. Really difficult bird to see.
But wait! Upon reviewing every single bloody short-tailed shearwater picture I took, look what I found! A sooty shearwater! I love picking up lifers in Lightroom.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, it's a slightly disturbing and worrying development that I can now get through pelagic boat trips without feeling sick or vomiting, because now I'm just going to want to go on all of them, which is going to be very inconvenient for everyone. However, for now, I think I need to sit home and have a beer. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again on the next one. Bye.